Hi, I'm Dave from Military Antiques Toronto, and today I'll show you some of the items that, well, some that came in the door, some I picked up. Um, Road trip, yeah, road trip. It's been crazy. Um, First off, whatever you do, please watch the website. We upload 5 days a week, and sometimes I may mean to do videos with stuff that come in the door, and it's not physically possible because people are walking in with too much stuff and we get it posted. I mean to do a video and oh wait, now it's gone because there's that much stuff coming and going. So I had some great posters. I was going to show them. They were beautiful. They were nicely folded and they were in great condition. Oh wait, they're gone. Couldn't even do a video on them because they sold that fast. As soon as they got posted, whatever. Um, some people are paying attention, some aren't, I guess, whatever. It doesn't matter. If you're not interested, you're not interested, right? Um, yeah, it's been a crazy week. So let's start with this. This was a road trip day this week. So 1912 pattern cavalry officer sword with scabbard and sword belt, sword straps. It's not, the wrap has come off on this. It's not been taken care of. Truthfully, it should have been better taken care of. What's nice about it is that they've added, which is upside down in the picture here, at least that you're seeing, is a King's Crown Horse Guards cap badge. Great Horse Guards. I love it. It's excellent. But it's not this sword wasn't made pre-53. This sword was made in about the 80s or 90s. How do I know that? Because on the blade is E.F. Horster, which, if I remember correctly, is not in business anymore. And Horster made swords and then some for the Canadian military and others. But this is a Horse Guard sword from that. Unfortunately, it wasn't taken care of properly. You can see the Queen's Crown on here. You can see some pitting on the blade. It is not named, and you clearly see that it says E.F. Horster Germany, Soligen Germany on it. There's some spotting on the blade, but it is a regimental sword for the Horse Guards, which is nice. And you know what? Cleaning it up a bit would maybe help it, but I'm not going to mess with it. I've touched it and wiped it down, but that's about it. So there you can clearly see someone's put on, and they actually did it properly because you can see in there the holes that have done properly to keep it on. But it's not perfect, but it is a very nice sword. And you know what? Knowing the Horse Guards, there's probably a shortage of officer swords for parade purposes. But what do I know? But I know that there's a former CO who might see this, who might call me and go, "Yeah, we need that." But whatever. If not, it's all good. I'll sell it because it's Horse Guards and it's Canadian, it's regimental. It's not that common, so that'll be gone, or maybe not. Hey, you know what? I bought a bell 40 years ago from Rory in Victoria. Remember that bell, Rory? ARP. It only took me 40 years to sell it, almost. I paid him 500 bucks. I sold it for 500 bucks. What did we learn? Yeah, stop doing that. So, daggers, metals. Okay, let's do the metals because I got these from, I had somebody buy this from auction for me because I find I'm not successful when it comes to auctions. So everyone thinks that as a dealer, I'm buying it stuff at auction and I'm laughing all the way to the bank because I'm getting such deals. And you know what? I'm not. Excuse me. Um, I rarely buy at auction. Truthfully, I'm too busy with stuff walking in the door or going to buy collections or whatever. But whatever. So I have my friend Fraser at Fraser Metals, who I buy a lot of metals from. Buy these from me from, I think it was Spinks. Really nice World War II Navy group. I don't collect Navy per se, but this one I kind of had to have. So the metal at the end is a Southeast Asia bar, which is actually unusual for the Naval General Service for this era. It's not a common bar. And the other bar on the Africa Star is North Atlantic and from 42 to 43. So we have his miniatures here. So we got miniatures, we got the full size. So what, right? It's not that exciting. It kind of is. So he is a officer, and of course I can't remember his name, so that's okay as I try and look on here. And I don't remember and I don't care. I have his MID. It fell off. So there's an MID here. But what's really unusual, here's his miniature ribbons. And there we have a medal. Oh, wait, what's that? Oh, telephone. One ringy dingy. ordered the Great Patriotic War First Class, if I remember correctly. So, needless to say, there's only 25 of these issued during World War II to the British forces. And you know what? I don't collect Russian per se. Well, I do have some medals to Kursk, so they're named numbered medals. And you know what? That's not something you find, but I bought them just because they're Kursk. But that's really cool. So I want to thank Fraser at FraserMedals.com, who's just redone his website, which looks spectacular and makes me want to go buy more medals, which I need like a hole in the head. So check it out. Anyways, these weren't on his website, but he got these for me from auction in England, and I greatly appreciate you doing that. And I'm very happy to add this to my stuff. So there's that. So we'll put that off to the side. Very cool. Then we have a Red Cross officer's dagger, nicely toned, very nicely toned. The blade's not messed up. The fittings are slightly loose, but someone's touched that nut on the top. You can see that it's been touched slightly. I personally wouldn't have done that. I'd leave it alone, but these people can't stop messing with the stuff. So it is slightly loose. You can feel it loose, but it's still a nice Red Cross officers. The blade needs a good wiping down. Nice patina on it, beautiful patina. And remember I said to you about screws and nuts and people, you can just see a burr on this. And you probably won't get it on the camera angle here, but there is a burr on this, and someone's sticking a screwdriver in there and taking this apart. It's old stuff. Don't mess with it. Just leave it as is. But there's always someone who has to screw with the stuff. I don't get it, but whatever. Nice otherwise. The rest of the screws on it have not been turned. Nice Red Cross officer's hewer dagger. And last but not least is a SS chained dagger. So before I say officers and someone loses their mind, blah, 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 whatever. So the problem with this is that it's not been taken care of, in my opinion. And for me to keep something like that, it's got to be really nice and in really nice condition, or I don't care. So let's start with the dagger. The blade. It's not perfect. It needs to be cleaned off. I'm gonna put my fingers on it. I need to wipe that off. It's got junk on it. You can feel it. I can scratch it off with my nail. Someone's not taking care of this properly. Also, you will note right there, and if you look in the books on the SS dagger, which is out of print now, you will see that is a maker, Gottlieb something, and it was only that maker that did that. I never touched the blade, but in this case I am. This is really, the handle is shrunk. It's not, it doesn't fit tight anymore. And it's been taken apart because before I got it, someone had taken it apart. But this has not been taken care of, and it's a shame. So there's the top crossguard, and there's the crossguard. Very nice. It's just not been properly taken care of, unfortunately. They weren't looking at it like that and thinking it was investment or whatever. And the prices of these are ridiculous now, like totally. But I got this at the right price. I can sell it at the right price. It's not perfect. It's an entry level SS chain dagger. You know what? It is what it is, right? So, and if you go to the chains, I had to look in the book on this. You can just see in there the DRGM. So this is the type C or third type, whichever it is, hangers. You can see the nasal septum in the skull, and you want to look for these details on these. They do make reproductions, but if you have the book and look it up, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's clearly the SS stamp on the back of the hanger for one. And yeah, would they make that as a repro too? Sure. But this is all the little things you got to look for to find a real one. And you have to look at I'll call it a clover leaf here. Also, and again, in there is a DRGM. You can just make it out, maybe not on the camera here, but in the proper lighting, I have seen it. You want to look at the screws. They haven't been turned. And the screws fall out and get replaced. Definitely. It's an anodized scabbard. It is what it is. But you're not buying this for $5 anymore. So you need to be cognizant of what's real and what's not. I do encourage you to buy books on whatever you want to collect, not because I sell books. I don't care if you buy them from me, buy them from someone or get them given to you or go to the library, whatever you want. If the library has those books, just learn something before you buy something, because there's too many people walking in that I've seen. They're like, oh, I bought this. I'm like, well, it's fake. We had a guy walk in the door who we told in no uncertain terms not to buy from this person. And we told him and told him and told him. Told him exactly who this person was. Person's dead now, no great loss. We told them where their table was at the show. And what did they do? They went directly to his table and went and bought a Luftwaffe officer's hat. General, don't you know, to Rick Tofen's brother, who made it into World War II. Yeah, it was Rick Tofen's brother. It's named him. Yeah. This gentleman didn't like it when we told him that it was fake as a day is long and made in the 70s and it's not real. I don't know if he ever returned it. He probably didn't. But then, of course, the guy he bought it from has since died, so no great loss. But whatever. You're not supposed to speak ill of the dead. But if it's Jeffrey Dahmer, you're supposed to say something nice about him. Come on, people, get a grip. Anyways, so please be cognizant of what you're buying and who you're buying it from, and make sure they have a return policy. It's easier to be straight with people, but not everyone works that way. So I have a return policy. You don't like it, bring it back. I don't care. It's not a problem because I can sell it, because I'm not knowingly selling fakes. Anyways, enough of my blathering on. Thanks for looking. Follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Check out my website, Military Antiques Toronto. It's always cheaper on the website. The Facebook is The Real Military Antiques Toronto. You know what? We try and post there often, but sometimes, honestly, it's not possible. We're too busy. So there's too much stuff coming in. There's not enough hours in the day. There's not enough time in the day. And I need to work out. That's why. So that's it. Anyways, thanks for looking. Take care. Bye.